Bit of a gloomy day out today. Not bad though. Here in Chicago, from our apartment window here, alright, some pretty juicy news. Again, criminal Donald Drumpf is in the news for his sexual conduct. He is a predator, a criminal, and a sexual degenerate. He has a very long history of sexual deviancy. He is a sexual degenerate and should be in prison for an enormous amount of sexual assaults on women. Drumpf told us exactly what he is and what he does and how he does it. Could this be any clearer?
You know, and
she used to be great. She's still very beautiful.
I moved on her, actually. You know, she was down in Palm Beach. I moved on her, and I failed. I'll admit it.
Whoa.
I did try and fuck her. She was married.
That's huge news, Sarah.
No, Nancy.
Yeah.
No, this was marriages. And I moved on her very heavily. In fact, I took her out furniture shopping. She wanted to get some furniture. I said, I'll show you where they have some nice furniture. I took out furniture. I moved on her like a bitch. But I couldn't get there. And she was married. And all of a sudden, I see her. She's now got the big phony tits and everything. She's totally changed her look.
She's your girl's hot as shit. In the purple.
Whoa!
Yes!
Whoa!
Yes, the Donald has scored! Oh, my man! Wait, you gotta look at me when you get out of your
Set this up.
That is very
You give me the
funny.
thumbs
Look
up.
at you. You are a
You
piece.
gotta put the thumbs up. You gotta get the thumbs up.
Can't be too happy. Else off first? Yeah, let me.
It's very.
No, it's her.
Yeah, that's her with the gold. I gotta use some Tic Tacs just in case I start kissing her. You know, I'm automatically attracted to beautiful. I just start kissing them. It's like a magnet. You just kiss. I don't even wait. And when you're a star, they let you do it. You can do anything.
Whatever you want.
Grab them by the pussy. You can do anything.
Now how stupid do you fucking have to be when woman after woman comes out telling the exact story of what this guy, by his own words, says he does, repeatedly, explaining it that he can get away with it. Just listen to him.
I just start kissing them. It's like a magnet. You just kiss. I don't even wait. And when you're a star, they let you do it. You can do anything.
Whatever you want.
Grab them by the pussy. You can do anything.
Now, listen to a girl who was 15 years old at the time Drumpf walked in knowingly into a room full of teen USA pageant girls who were half-dressed or undressed, fully unclothed, when this deranged, absolute piece of shit, sexual degenerate, and felon, he is a felon, walked in on them. Listen to this shit. How fucking stupid do you have to be to not get this? You want this cretin around your children?
I'll go backstage before a show.
Yes.
And everyone's getting dressed and ready and everything else. And, you know, no men are anywhere. And I'm allowed to go in because I'm the owner of the pageant, and therefore I'm inspecting it. You know, I'm inspecting. I want to make sure that
You're like a
everything is
doctor.
good.
You're there.
Yeah, the dress. Is everyone okay? You know, they're standing there with no clothes. Is everybody okay? And you see these incredible-looking women. And so I sort of get away with things like that.
Our first introduction to him was when we were at the dress rehearsal and half naked, changing into our bikinis. To have the owner come waltzing in when we're naked or half naked in a very physically vulnerable position, and then to have the pressure of the the people that work for him telling us to go fawn all over him, go walk up to him, talk to him.
You want this despicable cretin in the White House? You kidding? This guy, Drumpf, is a penniless, worthless piece of shit. He won't show his taxes because he's a bankrupt idiot who owes everyone on the planet, including $765 million to China. This guy has a relationship with Russia. Why on earth would anyone in America want a guy in office who has ties and debts to the communist dictator of Russia or to communist China, owes them money, gigantic amount of money, with interest payments. The guy is a sexual degenerate and a predator. And now he blames this on the media. The media, really. This guy said how he operates. A despicable criminal told on videotape how he behaves, what his conduct is like, and what is acceptable to him. He is a criminal who ought to be in prison. He's committed probably thousands of acts of sexual assault against women in this country. He made this little charming video where he describes exactly what his nature is 3 months into his relationship with a legal immigrant, melanoma, now drumpf.
I moved on her, actually. You know, she was down in Palm Beach. I moved on her, and I failed. I'll admit it.
Whoa.
I did try and fuck her. She was married.
Drumpf is now blaming the media for who Drumpf is. It's fascinating. You listen to this guy, you get an earful, and he's telling you what he is. Listen to this garbage on Howard Stern that this piece of shit said.
I'll go backstage before a show.
Yes.
And everyone's getting dressed and ready and everything else. And, you know, no men are anywhere. And I'm allowed to go in because I'm the owner of the pageant, and therefore I'm inspecting it. You know, I'm inspecting. I want to make sure that
You're like a
everything is
doctor.
good.
You're there.
Yeah, the dress. Is everyone okay? You know, they're standing there with no clothes. Is everybody okay? And you see these incredible-looking women. And so I sort of get away with things like that.
And there are women who would vote for this detestable criminal? He keeps talking about crooked Hillary Clinton. Crooked Hillary Clinton? You kidding? What kind of an idiot do you have to be to believe that? She's never been charged with a crime, nor has she admitted committing a crime. Drumpf did. He told the world he is a sexual predator and a criminal. Listen to him.
And when you're a star, they let you do it. You can do anything.
Whatever you want.
Grab them by the pussy. You can do anything.
Hillary Clinton, who will soon be President Hillary Clinton, received over 30,000 classified emails and mishandled 3 of them due to poor headers. Whether they were or weren't doesn't matter. She acted irresponsibly with 3 out of 30,000 emails. She didn't do it deliberately either, so she's not a criminal, period. She mishandled something. Incidentally, she's also the woman, the Secretary of State, who warned the Republicans no less than 9 times that defunding embassy security would have dire and fatal consequences for Americans abroad. And what did the Republicans do? Cut the security. Go listen to Jason Chaffetz. These guys are liars and idiots who want to blame President Hillary R. Clinton for their own anti-patriotism. They're sick.
Is it true that you voted to cut the funding for embassy security?
Oh, absolutely. Look, we have to make priorities and choices in this country. When you're in tough economic times, you have to make difficult choices.
Okay,
you have to prioritize things.
So you're prioritizing. So when there are complaints that, in fact, that there was not enough security, you've just said absolutely that you cut. You were the one to vote against, to increase security for the State Department, which would lead directly to Benghazi. That seems like you're saying you have a hand in the responsibility to this, right? The funding of the security, if you're happy to cut it?
They're sick and hypocritical. They're for Trump and against him. Many of these idiots, the same ones who cut Benghazi's security, have endorsed Trump since the beginning, and even now. Even the head of the GOP cult and the second head of the GOP cult, Paul Ryan, crying because they're going to lose, and Reince Priebus, supports this filthy criminal degenerate Drumpf. But Drumpf has it covered. He says, he always figures things out. Right. That's probably what he said before filing his 4 bankruptcies. I got this thing figured out. Bankruptcy 1. I got this whole thing figured out. Bankruptcy 2. I've got it figured out. Bankruptcy 3. I've got it covered and figured out. Bankruptcy 4. This next little rendition of I've got it all figured out, I always figure it out, will result in a 5th bankruptcy. Just watch. Drumpf is a criminal, and he has to go to prison for assaulting women. He said it himself. He likes to assault women. No one's putting words in his mouth. He said it. He should be held to it, and a special prosecutor should go after this disgusting piece of shit and try him, prosecute him, and put him in prison. We have videotaped evidence. Just look at it. It speaks volumes.
Another contestant in the 2001 Miss USA pageant told The Guardian that Trump deliberately walked in on her and another woman while they were naked. Quote, Mr. Trump just barged right in, didn't say anything, stood there and stared at us, she recalled. Trump's attitude, she said, seemed to be, I can do this because I can, which is basically what he told Howard Stern. He didn't walk in and say, oh, I'm sorry, I was looking for someone. She continued, he walked in, he stood and he stared. He was doing it because he knew that he could. Today, BuzzFeed News is reporting that Trump's unannounced dressing room visits extended to the Miss Teen USA franchise. 4 women who competed in the 1997 Miss Teen USA beauty pageant said Donald Trump walked into the dressing room while contestants, some as young as 15, were changing. 3 of the women spoke anonymously. One of those women, a former Miss Vermont Teen USA, went on the record telling BuzzFeed, I remember putting on my dress real quick because I was like, oh my God, there's a man in here. Trump, she recalls, said something like, don't worry, ladies, I've seen it all before.
And when you're a star, they let you do it. You can do anything.
Whatever you want.
Grab them by the pussy. You can do anything.